Okay. Hi, everyone. Just making sure this works. It looks like y'all should be able to hear me. If you can't, please drop it in the chat. Although you might not want to hear me anyway. You might want to have it on mute. So you just have to let me know. All right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do two 25-minute practice sessions. The first one, I'm going to do some technique and some articulation. I'm going to be working out of the Paul Edmund Davies resolutions, which are available on his website. His website is simplyflute.com. So if you want to check that out and get a subscription, you can get thousands of pages of exercises. So I'm going to be working through some of those, and then I'm going to be taking a 10-minute break. You might see me kind of in and out. I'll probably be stretching. You might see my dog wander through. And then for the second 25-minute session, I'm going to be working on some etudes. So feel free to just leave this on in the background. You can have the sound up. You can mute it and just do some body doubling. But let's just do some practicing, and we'll get it done together. So welcome to my practice session. I hope you enjoy it. All right, I'm going to get set up, and then I'll show you the timer. Okay, hope you'll be able to hear me okay. I like to use these little timers when I practice. So you might not be able to hear it. That microphone is really good. It might pick it up, but it might not. So I'm going to use this, okay? And I'm going to set it for 25 minutes. You probably will not be able to see it, but you might hear it. And I'll show you when it's done, and then I'll set a 10-minute one, and we'll do two 25-minute sessions today. So here we go, 25 minutes. pattern in G flat major. So that interval right there, for a lot of my students, we always talk about E flat, that first finger needing to be up. And this is probably one of the most awkward fingerings to do. So it's a D sharp down to a B natural and super fast. Hey, Carrie. I'm working on, it's Resolutions 2 is what it's called. Paul Edmund Davies wrote these exercises, and they're found on his website, simplyflute.com. And this is Resolutions 2, fingers 4. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this from where I am. Okay, so basically it's thirds. Okay, so I'm working in thirds, but it's just like thirds over and over and over again. It's supposed to be much faster than this, but this is the first time I've ever really played through it. So I'm going slow. But yeah, it's a scale in thirds. It's just repeated over and over and over again. So I just did B major, and now I'm going on to G sharp minor. What are you practicing, Carrie? B major's haunt. Sorry. I'm so sorry. B major is a rough one. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost done with this exercise. I have E major, C sharp minor, A major, F sharp minor, D, and then G, and then I think I'm done. 3 more keys. Oh, nice. Reichert's 7 daily exercises, E major and B minor. Very nice. Love Reichert. They look easy, but they're deceptively hard. Nice work, Carrie. out of time. All right, that was our first 25. Okay, so we're gonna take a 10-minute break, get some water, stretch, do whatever you want to do. All right, and then we'll be back and we'll do another 25. I am done with thirds. That was too many thirds. If you want to do some stretches, if you're a flutist, you want to do a bunch of stretches, right? So I like to do these when I'm on a break. Kind of see what I'm doing here. Shake out your hands. Stretch the front of your chest if you can. And the back. So sometimes when I take my practice breaks, I literally just do this. I stand here and I stretch and I jump back in. Sometimes I take longer and I'll do something else. I'll check some emails. I'll send some emails. Sometimes I'll sit around and read a book for a little while. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day and what I've got going on. But I always like to stretch before a practice session. And I definitely like to stretch a little bit after a practice session as well. Just because we put ourselves in these weird positions, especially for flute playing. Flute playing, we're in a weird position. We're kind of, the music stand is here, our head is facing this way, but our body is facing that way on like a 45-degree angle. flutes out here. Like it's just a weird position. If you're playing a clarinet or a trumpet, it's a little bit more straight on, but still you're putting your body in a specific position for a longer period of time. You want to let your body get out of that. You want to let it relax into what is a more normal position. So just be aware of that. And you don't have to do like a whole big long stretching thing. You can if you want to, but just kind of making sure you get your body out of the position that you just put it in. It's we're more, as musicians, we're more like athletes than we think. We just use our muscles in a very different way, but we use them quite a bit. So anytime you take a break, I would do a little bit of stretching. Just get yourself out of whatever position you've been in. And if you're sitting, take a while to stand. If you've been standing, maybe you sit down. I like practicing when I stand. It makes my body feel better. So I don't care for playing sitting down. But if I have a gig coming up where I'm going to be sitting when I play the music, I usually will practice that sitting down. And then I make sure to kind of twist the opposite direction, right? Make sure my body's able to and free to twist in both ways. So we have 4 minutes left to break. So keep stretching, keep taking a break, get some water. I'm not sure you'll be able to see my dog down here, but she's right down here in the sun. She sleeps through most of my practice. It took me many months to get her to do that. I had to schedule this practice session at a time when she would be mostly asleep. Starting about 3:30, she starts asking, when is it time to go work and get food, even though it's an hour and a half away. All right, so I think I'm going to switch in the next session. I'm going to be working on a piece that my husband and I are playing in February. I believe is it a Tuesday in February? Yeah, February 6th. So if you are local to Conway, Arkansas, my husband is giving his faculty recital and he asked me to play on it. So I'm going to be playing with him the trio sonata for flute, trumpet, and piano by James Stevenson. So in the next 25-minute block, I'm going to be working on that. One of the segments goes up to a high C fairly often. So you definitely might want to put me on mute for some of this, or at least turn the volume way down, because I'm going to have to crank out a C multiple times. And then I'll probably practice it in a different way, and I'll kind of tell you about how I practice those really, really high notes so that I save my ears a little bit. But it's a really cool piece. So if you're in town, come see us. It's going to be fun. Okay, break's over. Back 25 minutes. Let's do one more session. Yeah. Mark's that wrong. where am I going to breathe? This piece was originally written for trumpet, violin, and piano. So it's written for a string player. So there's no place to breathe. So I gotta figure it out. Here we go. So when I have to play super high notes over and over and over again, because I'm trying to make sure I get the fingers right, sometimes I will just underblow the note and it makes a weird sound. So in this case, I'm doing a C, an A flat, and a B flat. And it just makes that sound. So once I know what that sound is and how it's associated with those fingers, then I can basically practice the fingers without putting full air into the instrument. Here comes some more high C's, so turn your volume down. There it is. There it is. My watch is yelling at me. I'm too loud. So that's when I have like a performance coming up pretty soon. Oh gosh, we're about out of time. When I have a performance coming up pretty soon, I start running larger sections, but I wasn't just doing a run through today. I was okay with stopping and kind of repeating things, and but it's all basically at performance tempo. Later, I'll probably come back and actually practice it like with the recording and do a full run through. And we're done. We did it. Okay, I went live for the first time. Crazy. I didn't hurt myself. Thankfully. All right. So I hope you got some good practice done. And if y'all want, we can do this again. I think I will. It was actually really good for me too, because it kind of keeps me honest and focused for a short period of time, which is how I always encourage all my students to practice. Focus for a short period of time and then go take a break. So we just did 50 total minutes of practice. So let's go get something to eat. Let's get a snack and take a break. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.